Hey, it's Joy. I've got big feelings about little things, and I want to talk about it. Oh yeah, I'm mad about it. And the fact that everyone else is not up in arms about it is a big part of the problem. Oh, I bawled my eyes out, like I always do. It was the sweetest thing. Oh, it was the cutest thing. It was the funniest thing. Thanks for being here. Let's go. Hi, how are you? Hope everything is going great. I have had so much fun talking about my new car. I got a new car and told the story last week. Very briefly, I'll update you. Yes, getting a new car is super, super fun, but that's not even why it was so much fun. The brief story is that this guy bought that car and didn't involve his wife in the decision. So she told him to take it back. And the dealership sold it to me as a used car at a used car price, even though it's brand new and has like 1,000 miles on it. Because he got home and she was like, yeah, no, you should have talked to me first. So I benefited from that. And it's been a heck of a good time. I got to tell you, my dream is that she hears this and messages me and we go have cocktails together. If there's any chance in the world that you're listening or that your friend is listening and they know that was you, I beg of you to message me. I would love to sit down and have martinis and truffle fries together and just laugh about how we became friends over this. I like you, girl. I like you. I support you. I'm very grateful for you. A little part of me wonders if you weren't like in on this, you know? Like, I don't mind the car, but I kind of want to just throw my weight around a little bit. And I know this girl needs a car and she's going to get a fine car. She's going to get a fine car. But what if she got this amazing car? And what if she had this fun story to tell? Not knowing that I would have a podcast and we would meet and become besties, you know? And I promise you, if I find her, I will have her on and we will tell the story from the other side because don't you want to know those details? God, I wish I could have been in that house when he comes home. And I feel bad for him because he was excited. He thought he was the hero. Look at me. Look what I did. I upgraded us. Isn't this fun? Isn't this cute? I'll take you out on a date on it on Friday night. She's like, no, we actually need to go to soccer practice. That's where we need to go. And we need to go on whatever vacation. So I would just, is it my dream to meet her and talk to her? Yes, 100%. It is my dream. And message me if you kind of think you know who it is. I know the husband's name. I called him Colin, and I'm going to keep calling him Colin. That's not his name. But I know his name because his phone was still connected to my car. when I went to connect my phone, there was Colin's phone. And I was like, "Oh, Colin. Thank you for putting a name with this story." It's just adding that little chef's kiss detail to this story. Thank you so much. But I kind of wanted to get a little bit more into the buying of it, the buying of a car, because last week I also talked about my last experience buying a car, and I bought it kind of by myself. I asked a couple people some advice about it, but looked like a good deal. I went, I got it. The guy told me I can't, it's not a negotiable price. But what he said was, now this is over 10 years ago. He said, because so many people look online now and when you search, you can filter by price. We have to give it the absolute lowest price that we can sell the car at in order to compete in the Google search marketplace here. We'll never get any views if we do a higher price even if we all agreed, yes, we're going to negotiate this down. So we just have to skip that part, put it all the way down and get it online. And that's the only way you found it, right? And that made sense to me. And I got a few more glimmers just to say, yeah, this is a great deal. This is your car. Get it. This is for you. And I think that is even more so true today. Obviously, so many. I mean, my agent. So all that to say, I still don't want to walk in and have to do my own deal. It's not where I shine. I'm not good at that kind of thing. I do not know cars. He's like, "What do you want in the car?" And I'm like, "White. I want a white one and a radio." you know, I'm not stupid or anything. I'm a really smart person, but I just don't know cars. It's not my thing. I don't know. This feels good. This feel doesn't feel. This is fine. This is fast. This is whatever. I don't know anything about it. Don't ask me anything about all that. And I don't feel like it's something. I do think we should try to learn new things. I do think we should, kind of expand different parts of our personality that where we have some weaknesses. But that, like, I'm just not gonna. I do it once every 10 years. I don't think it's worth it. So I did the old thing of getting a trusted friend and just asking, like, would you do this for me, please? Because I don't know what I'm doing, and you really could save me a lot of anxiety. And he was so sweet because he was like, "Yeah, I do this all the time. I love it, blah blah blah. I'm happy to help you." And then he would, kind of tell me a couple of different things, and then he would say, when we were getting a little bit more serious about this one, he was like, "Can't it was, I mean, is it okay if I just handle this?" It's like, yeah, you don't have to dance around that. That's why I asked you here. Please speak for me. Talk for me. Do it. You know what I want and need. You'll ask questions as need be. No, please take care of this. And I felt like a 1950s housewife. Just I should have brought some knitting with me. I was like, I'd look at him like you're the smartest person in the world. And I really did feel like that. You're protecting me. I mean, I really felt like that too. I'm out here on my own. Thank you for helping me. And I think there's plenty of times where, let's just be honest, because of how society is, people respond better to a male in some certain circumstances. And so, great. You be on my team. We've been friends forever. Come, be on my team. Take care of this for me. You know? Do you need me to pick out a Christmas gift for your mom? I'll help you. Just you help me take care of this. So, I mean, he's from the get-go, and I'm not going to say his name unless he wants me to, because I don't need everybody knocking on his door trying to bug him with this, because he just did it kindly for me as for free. I mean, so kind. Although he could probably do it as a business, honestly, if he had any desire to do that. But all that to say, I mean, I let him do the search, blah, 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 put in all the criteria, filter through, send me the options. And he made a phone call for me. He's like, fill this out. Here's this link. Say this. And then once I filled out the application, of course, they have my phone number. So they asked me a question, and I asked him, what is the answer to what do you want me to say to this? And he's like, I don't want you to answer. I'll answer. I said, okay, just fine. Okay. So the salesman has my number, but I'm like, I'm not allowed. I really did feel like I had an agent that was like working out my salary. You're not allowed to talk to anybody. I'm doing all the talking. It was kind of cool. I felt like great. I was like, yeah, he asked me a couple questions in the morning. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to work out. You go, you go take care of it, honey. And he called me and was like, congratulations. We got this that I asked for. We got this that I asked for. And I was like, Okay. And he goes, there's a story here. And that he's the one that found out the story. How did I get a brand new car, but it's used somehow? But not because there was no accident or anything. It wasn't like that. It was just like, what happened? Did the car stink? I mean, what was wrong? Did they change their mind about the color and it was that big of a deal? Like, what happened, you know? So he told me that whole story. If you haven't heard it, go. No, I gave you a recap. See, I did it for a reason. Anyway, he told me that whole story, and then we went to the dealership. He's like, "Don't." He's like, "Don't go on the property until I'm there." Because they know what kind of car you drive. They're looking for you, and I don't want them to ask you anything. I don't want you to just wait till make sure I'm there. So we get there, and I'm just letting him do all the talking. And when they go to say, like, financing will come by and get you, he's like, don't say this, do say this, make sure they're going to ask you this, make sure you say that. You can be friendly, but don't be making a lot of jokes, and don't be trying to make friends with him. I know how you like to do that. Don't do that. This isn't your time. He's going to be cute. Don't be distracted. He's going to have a suit on, or he's going to have a tie on, or whatever. He's going to, but I mean, he's like, he knows me. I got to give him that. He knows me. But he's coaching me through all this stuff. And by the time the paperwork comes, at that point, I feel so like needy of him that every time he would go, sign here. And I would look at him, and he'd give me a little nod. Yeah, that's okay. And I would sign it. And I mean, he's telling me what it means, and I can read, I'm looking at it, but I'm also, I mean, this is why you're here, sir. This is why I've asked you to come. I can't learn all. I mean, I can, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to learn all this. Just take care of it for me. So I definitely owe him a ton. Very appreciative. But it also was a way that I felt less anxious about getting taken advantage of. You cannot enjoy something like that if there's a little worry in the back of your mind. Did I get a horrible deal? Am I overpaying? And did I get a bum loan? All these different things. Is something shady about this car? Like, all these things I don't have weighing down my excitement for what happened. So I'm super grateful. If you don't have that person in your life, I promise you do. You'll start thinking about, like, who buys cars a lot? Who has anybody ever sold cars? There's a lot of people that have sold cars for a little bit. Like, how a lot of people were a waiter at some point. Or they were waiting tables at some point. I was a wait staff for a set. Like, it's just a very common job. Or a lot of people, have done retail at least a little bit. A lot of people have sold cars a couple times. And so they have the vernacular, and they know the stance, and they know what works well, and they know what all the people say to look out for, and they know what all the people say has worked for people over time. There's somebody in your life that's more knowledgeable than you, and just humbly go to them and say, hey, I'm looking for a car. Is this something you'd be willing to help me with? I'm willing to bet somebody will. And then, of course, you're good at something, so you be available for whatever help they need. If you're a mortgage person, or you're a whatever, you're a medicine person, you be available. You use your expertise to help them as well. Of course, that's what society is. Literally, you're good at this, help me with it. I'm good at this, I'll help you with it. Or you help me, I help you. That person helps that person, and that person helps the person that you first helped you. Okay. None of this matters except you know what you're good at, do what you're good at. What you're not good at, have somebody step in. And yeah, you have to have a little bit of humility to admit that, to admit that you need help, to admit that you're not good at this thing, to admit that you have some anxiety about it. Perfect. That makes somebody want to help you. And we're not getting taken advantage of this year. We're just not going to do it. We're looking out for each other. We're helping each other. We're giving each other advice, not in a condescending way, like telling each other how to live our lives. But if you listen to a full podcast and you learn something helpful, like my friend Laura did, she listened to this entire podcast. She's like, this is actually really helpful. Here's the top takeaway, and gave it to me in 30 seconds. I'm still using it. Am I missing out on some of the little details? Yes, of course. But I also don't have the hour right now. If you have a little nugget, just share it. I'm really into this thing too, because sometimes I'll share it, not necessarily because you need it, but I want it to be in the back of your mind in case your girlfriend needs it or your mom mentions something. It's like, you know what? That's random, but my friend Joy said blah, 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 blah. So isn't that interesting? That's how that works. Just share your tidbits, That way, we don't all have time to get all this information in. I mean, you have time for one good podcast, but we don't have time for everything. So let's just help each other out. Let's share. Let's go. Let's help each other buy cars. Let's help each other at the hospital. If you know me, which almost all of you do, if you know me and somebody's in the hospital and you don't understand what's happening, take a couple notes and call me. Or I'm happy to call the nurse. Well, just reach out about stuff like that. Don't be embarrassed about stuff like that. It's just, let's help each other out, These you have these expertises for a reason. Not just for your job, but for the people in your life, for your community. You have that. So let's just share it. Let's do it. And please, please, if you're Colin's wife and you know what his real name is, please message me. I will buy you wine and charcuterie for, anytime you want it. And we'll have a great time. But also, please come on the podcast. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Little Things, Big Feelings with Joy Delaney. I'm James, the producer, editor, director, and executive producer. Follow Joy on socials at Joy Delaney Cox on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Honestly, forget TikTok. I don't even know how to use it anyway.
You don't know how to use it anyway.
James?
Follow Joy on socials at Joy Delaney Cox on Instagram and Facebook. See you next week.